Hey guys, TechMentor here with a video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to show you how to fix your iPhone not connecting to CarPlay with your car. So now there's going to be a multiple reason why you're having this issue, and in this video we're going to go through all the troubleshooting steps that could potentially fix your issue if you're having issues connecting again with the CarPlay on your iPhone. So let's dive right into it. The first thing first is we're going to troubleshoot the connectivity with your iPhone. So when it comes to connectivity, usually the CarPlay connects to your iPhone through the Bluetooth network. So to check that, what you would do is go into settings here. Once you're in settings, you're going to first turn on airplane mode for a few seconds and then turn it off just like that. What this does is gives the phone a refresh of the network. Now the next thing you want to do is go to Wi-Fi again. Now with Wi-Fi, you want to turn off Wi-Fi just like that. Give it a moment and turn it back on and make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi if you're nearby a Wi-Fi. Now the next thing you want to check is Bluetooth as well. You want to go ahead, turn Bluetooth off just like the way we did here, and then turn it back on after a few seconds here. Now this does a quick refresh of all the network settings with your phone. Now moving on to the next thing you want to do is a forced restart of your iPhone. What forced restart does is kind of gives the phone a clean reboot, making sure any issue that you're having goes away. To do that, you're going to press and release the volume up, press and release the volume down, and then hold this big side button just like that. As you can see here, we're going to keep on holding it till the screen goes completely black, and we're not going to slide to power off because that will just be a normal shutdown. We're going to wait till the screen goes completely black while we're still holding down to that side button, and then let go once you see that Apple logo. Again, this is just giving the phone a nice clean reboot and reloading the code. Anything that could be impacting the software of the phone that could be affecting the connectivity to your CarPlay here, and you should be able to get back to the screen and be able to connect. Now the next thing you want to check is with CarPlay, Siri also needs to be turned on. So to do that, you want to check in settings, and then in settings you want to search for Siri and search, and then you want to make sure that it is on just like that. As you can see here, we're going to make sure Siri is on. We also want to make sure to listen for Siri, and this needs to be enabled. So we're going to click on that, and generally you want to set up Siri just like that by going through the voice command through the 5-step here, and it'll enable to make sure Siri is on here. Again, you want to listen for Siri just like that and make sure it's turned on. The other way to check if Siri is on, if you click and hold this button, you should see Siri pop up just like this. That means Siri is turned on and enabled for us. Now the next thing you want to check if you're still having issues is going into settings. Now this time in settings, what you want to check for is something called screen time. So in the newer update, there's something called screen time. You're going to check screen time. Now you might have this on or off, but let's say it's turned on here, and what you'll see here if you have screen time on is there's restrictions that you can allow. So under this content and privacy restriction, you want to click on that, and if by some chance this is on just like this, and you're going to look for a CarPlay, so make sure that it is not turned on where there's a restriction for it. So you want to take a look at, see what is being restricted. For example, Bluetooth sharing, and make sure that is being allowed here for our purposes. And then we also want to check for allowed apps. You want to click on allowed apps, and then here in the allowed apps, as you can see here, there's an option for CarPlay. You want to make sure that is turned on and it's allowed if you're using screen time. So make sure that is on. If it's off like this, you won't be able to connect. Now you want to make sure that is turned on. Now if you want, you can also just completely turn this off so there's no restrictions. Now it depends if you're using the restriction for some reason. Some people do. I usually just keep screen time off, but again, screen time can help if you're using it for certain reason that you want to restrict certain application depending on the type of phone you have, or it's a phone that you use that just has that on by default. By if you're having it from a company or some institute, it might be on where it doesn't allow CarPlay. Now the next thing you want to do if you're still having issues is in the settings here. This time we're going to do general, and then in the option for CarPlay right here, we're going to click on that. Once you click on it, if you're connected already, it will show up a car. But basically what we're trying to do is forget the car. So if you have a car connected, it will send the name of your car already. You're going to click on that, and then you'll hit this option to forget this car. You want to forget it, and then once you forget it, it should come up again one more time if you're near the car and reconnect it again. So this does is allow the connection to kind of refresh, making sure that if you had a previous connection that wasn't working, it just refreshes that connection, and hopefully this time around the car automatically connects without any issue. Well, if you're still having the issue and you can't connect, or it's just having certain issue connecting automatically, the next thing you want to do is go into settings. This time we'll go to general, and then we'll go down here where it says transfer or reset iPhone. You want to click on that, and this time you want to do this reset option. But which option do you click? Before you click on anything, the option that we're going to do before you even click on it, we're going to explain to you what it does, is we're going to do network reset here. So reset network setting. But what will this do before you click on it? It'll pretty much clean out or reset things like Wi-Fi password, any connectivity with like VPN and things like that. So before you do that, make sure you're okay with that. It will not delete any data or apps, any photos, videos, medias, anything personal related with your data will not be deleted. Just the connectivity things like the Wi-Fi and VPN. You want to do that again if you're having issues connecting automatically. Now moving on to the next thing, if you're still having issues, it's going to be again in the settings. This time we want to make sure we update the phone to the latest version of the software by going into settings, general, and then software update. We want to make sure we're checking for update, make sure you're connected to good Wi-Fi or data source. And if there is an update, it will say download and install the update. You want to click on download and install. Now it could, depending on how big the update is, could take away between a couple minutes to even up to hours. So be patient, make sure the latest version is installed on your phone. While we're updating the latest version, which again will help resolve any software issues impacting the connectivity, we also want to make sure for the card that you have, you're updating the firmware. And depending on the card that you have, you'll have to contact either the manufacturer or the dealership that does it, or if you know how to do it by going into settings, you're gonna have to actually play with the screen itself on the car here, which is gonna walk you through the settings. Unfortunately, because there's so many different cars out there and each car works slightly different, you're gonna have to refer to your car instruction manual to make sure that the software on the car or the firmware is updated as well, because with updates to the iPhone software, it also has to match up so that connectivity can happen. Again, like I said, you have to either Google it for your certain car because each car works different and we can't really go through the instructions. We can only show you all the things you can do with the iPhone that's preventing the connection. Make sure you follow through and do that. And hopefully by end of this video, now that we have reached that you have found a way to resolve it, we want to hear from you what steps help you fix it, which of the methods that we mentioned, or if you found a better way to fix it, or what car you have and how you fixed that issue. Leave a comment in the comment section, and while you're at it, we really appreciate hitting that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.